The weekend is finally here again and the Premier League is back in play. So in today's video we will be giving you guys our best predictions of game week 32 of the English Premier League. You are always advised to choose the picks you agree with and always remember to bet responsibly and do not bet with money you cannot afford to lose. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Seeking to climb back into the Premier League's top 5, Champions League-chasing Manchester City play host to Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday lunchtime. The Citizens and the Eagles played out a 2-2 draw in the reverse fixture at Selhurst Park in December, with Pep Guardiola's side forced to come from behind twice to rescue a point. Crystal Palace have been a problematic opponent for Man City in recent years, and Glasner's fearless, in-form crop will back themselves to cause an upset at the Etihad this weekend. The Citizens will still be regarded as favourites, though, and if Guardiola's attackers manage to click in the final third, then they should have enough to get the better of a potentially weakened Palace backline. So I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Man City win, and my betting tip is total over 2.5 goals. European-chasing Brighton and Hove Albion welcome a doomed Leicester City outfit to the Amex Stadium for a Premier League clash on Saturday afternoon. The Seagulls and the Foxes played out a 2-2 draw in the reverse fixture at the King Power Stadium in December, with Ruud van Nistelrooy's side coming from 2 goals down in the final 4 minutes to rescue a point. Leicester did well to fight back and earn a draw in the reverse fixture with Brighton, but it is difficult to back the Foxes picking up any points this time around considering their dire run of form, defensive vulnerabilities and struggles in the final third. Brighton have suffered a slight dip in form in recent weeks, but they should have too much for Leicester this weekend, despite the absence of several players, with Herzler still able to call upon several Seagull stars who can cause the Foxes problems. So I'm gonna go for a 3-0 Brighton win, and my betting tip is Brighton to score twice. Champions League hopefuls Nottingham Forest welcome a stubborn Everton outfit to the City Ground in the Premier League on Saturday afternoon. A rare defeat last weekend has allowed the chasing pack to close the gap on third-place Forest, while Everton proved difficult opponents for Arsenal at Goodison Park. Both sides have been among the strongest defensively in 2025, so expect little edge to be given, but Forest do have the more potent attack, and if Wood returns, that could swing the balance in their favour. Liverpool are the only team who have beaten Everton in their last 11 league games, so it will be no easy feat for Forest, but the Toffees are notoriously poor on the road, especially against sides fighting near the top. So I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Forest win, and my betting tip is total under 11.5 corner kicks. Reeling from a late sucker punch in the Champions League, Aston Villa face a friendlier road trip on Saturday afternoon, when they travel to the coast for a Premier League battle with Southampton. The Lions return to top-flight action after a 3-1 loss to Paris Saint-Germain in the opening leg of their European quarter-final, while the Saints' identical defeat to Tottenham Hotspur confirmed their record-breaking relegation. Villa may have far bigger fish to fry right now, but a visit to a managerless and morale-less Southampton side offers a prime opportunity to regain some momentum before the visit of PSG. Even Emery's much-changed team proved too good for high-flying Forest last week, and the Lions should also make light work of the Saints, whose hopes of surpassing Derby's lowest points total will suffer another hit. So I'm gonna go for a 1-3 Aston Villa win, and my betting tip is Aston Villa money line. Surely still pinching themselves after their fantastic Champions League feats, Arsenal returned to Premier League matters on Saturday evening, hosting Brentford in a London derby. Mikel Arteta's men are reveling in an extraordinary 3-0 European triumph over Real Madrid, whereas the visitors played out a far more uneventful goalless draw with near neighbours Chelsea last time out. A scarcely believable sentence just a few days ago, Arsenal will surely face more of a test against Brentford than they did against Real Madrid, as Arteta makes sweeping changes with the second leg in mind. Frank's side can set up to frustrate the Gunners and also hit them on the break with the pace and trickery of Bryan Mbeumo and Yoane Wissa, but several Arsenal players will be desperate to showcase their talents in the hope of starting at the Bernabeu, and we still expect the hosts to edge a tense derby on Saturday evening. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Arsenal win, and my betting tip is total over 2 goals. Looking to boost their chances of earning a spot in the top 5, Chelsea will welcome championship-bound Ipswich Town to Stamford Bridge in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon. The Blues recorded a comfortable success in the Conference League on Thursday night, whilst the Tractor Boys have enjoyed a full week on the training pitch following domestic action last weekend. Still in the heat of the race for a Champions League spot, Chelsea will be desperate to put Ipswich to the sword at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. The Tractor Boys are beginning to prepare for the championship in the back of their minds and should be no match for the Blues in West London. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Chelsea win, and my betting tip is Chelsea to win and over 1.5 goals. Overjoyed by the news of Mohamed Salah's long-awaited contract extension, Liverpool fans descend on Anfield once again on Sunday afternoon, when West Ham United rock up for a Premier League fixture. Both the league-leading Reds and bottom-half Irons are out to make swift returns to winning ways, after the hosts suffered a shock 3-2 loss at Fulham and Graham Potter's side played out a 2-2 draw with Bournemouth in game week 31. Liverpool's jellied legs may finally be feeling the effects of a long and grueling season, but their UCL exit at least now allows them ample time to recover, the importance of which cannot be overstated. Potter's West Ham have previous when it comes to sitting in a low block, launching quick counters and stunning title-chasing teams away from home, as Arsenal fans know, but we have complete faith in the hosts to take another step towards title glory. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Liverpool win, and my betting tip is Liverpool to score twice. Only 5 points apart in the Premier League table, an unthinkable scenario at the start of the season. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Tottenham Hotspurs square off at Molineux on Sunday afternoon. The Lily Whites will have had fewer than 72 hours to recover from their 1-1 Europa League draw with Eintracht Frankfurt on Thursday, while the Old Gold are on the cusp of survival thanks to their 2-1 win at Ipswich Town last weekend. Even a full-strength Tottenham side have struggled to impose themselves on Wolves over the past couple of years, and with Postecoglou sure to keep his biggest hitters in reserve, the travelling Spurs faithful should be left disappointed once again. Wolves have found a consistent attacking approach that is now bearing fruit, and with the addition of a well-rested Cunha, Pereira's men have our vote to close the gap to Spurs with a 4th win on the spin. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Wolves win, and my betting tip is total over 9.5 corner kicks. Newcastle United are currently positioned 5th in the Premier League points table, but a win could see them break into the top 4. They have won 4 of their last 5 matches and are coming off a commanding 3-0 victory over Leicester City. They are in high spirits after winning the Carabao Cup and would seek to end the season on a promising note. Manchester United will play their next Europa League second leg fixture against Olympique Lyon, shortly after taking on Newcastle United. This season hasn't been a smooth one for them in the English top division, as they currently sit in 13th place. They'll be looking to break into the top 10 with victories in their upcoming games. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle win, and my betting tip is total under 3.5 goals. Bournemouth and Fulham are set to clash in a Premier League fixture at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth currently holds the 10th position with 45 points, while Fulham is placed 8th with 48 points. Bournemouth has struggled at home recently, facing defeats in 83% of their last 6 matches on their turf. Meanwhile, Fulham has also had a rough patch, losing 50% of their last 6 Premier League fixtures. In their previous encounters, Bournemouth and Fulham have played out 3 draws in their last 6 head-to-head matchups in all leagues. As both teams seek to secure vital points, the clash promises to be a closely fought affair, but we will be backing the home side to claim all 3 points. So I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Bournemouth win, and my betting tip is both teams to score.